Yo, what's up guys, and so far my Minecraft operating system can open files, name them, list these names, store data into registers, and evaluate expressions using addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Today I'm going to talk about how my computer does division and what do I want to do next. To understand how to divide binary numbers, we first must look at decimal numbers. Let's look at long division. Let's do an example where we're dividing the number 6,216 by 45. We would first look at the first digit, which is 6, and we would decide, can 45 go into 6? In other words, is 6 greater than 45? If no, we put a 0 above it and move to the next digit. So we then look at 62 and we decide, is 62 larger than 45? If yes, how many times? How many times can we fit 45 into 62? And that would only be once, because 2 times 45 is equal to 90, which is greater than 62. So we would put a 1 above the 2 and then subtract 45, giving us 17. Then we would bring down the third digit. So we're now looking at 171. And we would decide, is that number 171 greater than 45? If yes, by how much? And we would see that it is 3 times. So we would write a 3 above the 1 and then subtract 3 times 45, which is 135. So I think you guys get the process now. We're going to subtract. We get 36. We bring down the other 6, so we have 366. We see that 45 can go into 366 8 times. We multiply 45 by 8 and subtract that. So 366 minus 360 is 6. This 6 is going to be our remainder, but in my computer, I am going to just drop it, just delete it, get rid of it, because theoretically it could take up a whole other byte of information. Now, the process is exactly the same for binary. The only difference is that there are only ones and zeros, and this is going to be very important later. Now, you guys already saw the process, so just give me like 30 seconds. We're dividing the number 1110 by 1, so 14 divided by 2. We're going to look at the first digit, a 1, and we see that 1 is not greater than 2. So we're going to go over to the next digit. And then we see that this is 1, which is 3. So we're going to put a 1 on top of it, subtract 2, and we get a 1. We're going to bring down the other one. We see a 3. We put a 1. We subtract 2. Then we get a 1. We bring down the 0. We see a 2. We put a 1. We subtract 2. And we get 0. Now, because we're only working with 1s and 0s, and we can't have a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5 in our answer, we only put the number or don't put the number. There's no multiplication needed. Then I can almost directly convert this to code with little to no changes. But I do have to make sure that this will repeat exactly 8 times because my computer is 8 bits. Now that I have all 4 operations, what am I going to do next? Now, instead of storing just numbers to my registers, I want to be able to store full formulas so that whenever I open or access these registers again, they will resolve these formulas so they can be constantly updating based on other registers. Storing entire formulas is definitely more difficult than storing just values, so I'm probably going to make this a 2-part section, so stay tuned for those videos. Feel free to comment below if you guys have any questions, and peace.